इनके देखो है
Hello. Hello. Yogesh sir, am I audible? Hello. Vinod sir.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Dear students, it's a kind request. Please be on mute as you join. We will ask you to unmute when the question answer session is there. Please mute yourself. Good morning, one and all. Welcome to the Shubha Parva 2021. Kindly wait for another 5 minutes so that all the students join. I request all the mentors to send a message to their students. We will be starting shortly.
Sir, good morning, sir. Hari Prasad, sir, now you can talk, sir.
Yeah. Shall we start, Vinod?
Sir, 2 minutes, sir. Bandari, sir, are you there? Good morning, sir. Sir, you can
Good morning,
unmute now.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining, sir.
Yeah.
Sujay, sir, now you can unmute and you can talk, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Chancellor, sir, Vice Chancellor, sir, Registrar, sir, Director Academics. Good morning to one and all. Sujay, sir, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, VC, sir.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Thank
Good
you, sir.
morning.
Thanks
Good morning,
for-
sir.
thanks for joining,
Thanks for
sir.
joining, sir.
अनम्यूट हो नहीं हो रहा है चेयरमैन विशाल सिंह
Sir, name.
विशाल सिंह
और सर दे दो सर दे पा दो
Okay. Morning, all of you. Good morning.
Good
So
morning,
very good
sir.
morning, sir.
367.
Yes, sir. 417 are there, sir.
366. Oh,
Sir, YouTube live streaming is also there.
but what is the strength?
Total strength is 730, sir.
That inauguration
Minus Wiley.
150.
Yeah.
But still, how much it should be?
Should be around 650. 600.
So 180 are absent.
Yes, sir.
Hari Prasad, what is the reason?
Around 500 are there, sir.
Already 500.
Yes, sir.
100 are missing.
Yeah, they are in waiting room, sir. We are not allowed. It
We
will
can
be
start.
sir. We will start. Hari Prasad, sir, we can start.
Unmute ಮಾಡಬೇಕು sir.
Yes.
Sir, please unmute. Vinut, you are muting me.
No, sir. Now
You are audible, sir.
Now we are.
Sir, just a second. Rishikesh Diwan, sir.
Yeah,
Are you there, sir?
I am there. Yeah.
Now you can start, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining, sir.
Yeah,
Good to
thank
go,
you, sir.
Archana madam. We can start.
Yeah.
I request everyone to be muted.
I request all the students to mute themselves. Shall we start, sir? Good morning, everyone. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Education is not learning of facts, but the training of the mind. A pleasant morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Archana, on behalf of the global family of JAIN University, extend a warm welcome to everyone for the Shubha Parva 2021. To embark the celebration of education, training, research, and the entire university community. This day is the most important for the young people starting life at JAIN. With a proud history of spanning over a decade, JAIN, deemed to be University Faculty of Engineering, has emerged as one of the highly renowned engineering institutions. Being an integral part of JAIN University, Being an integral part of JAIN University, we offer high-tech educational experience with value-added component in terms of the content of education and most importantly, in the context of learning. FETJU is a cerebral destination that draws inspired students from more than 25 countries to one of the most renowned engineering colleges in India. Once again, we welcome you to the inauguration of academic session Shubha Parva 2021. Prayer is a thought, a belief, a feeling arising within the mind of the one who is praying. To pray for the bountiful blessings of the Almighty, I request Miss Anindita to invoke. Over to you, Anindita.
Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande paramananda sagaram Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitayena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitayena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Pahi Pahi Gajanana Parvati Tanaya Gajanana पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती तनया गजानना सच्चिदानन्द गजानना चिन्मय रूपा गजानना सच्चिदानन्द गजानना चिन्मय रूपा गजानना पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती तनया गजानना लंबोदर है गजानना लंबोदर गजानना लंबोदर है गजानना लंबोदर गजानना पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती तनया गजानना गजानना ओम गजानना गजानना ओम गजानना गजानना ओम गजानना गजानना ओम गजानना पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती तनया गजानना पार्वती तनया गजानना पार्वती तनया गजानना.
Thank you, Anindita, for the perfect beginning. It's our tradition to welcome those who believe in the power of dreams and honor the exploration of life. To welcome our auspicious gathering, I invite Dr. Banaka Prasad, Dean, Basic Science.
Very warm welcome to all of you. Very good morning to one and all present here. I, Dr. Banaka Prasad, take this opportunity to extend a further word of welcome to everyone this morning. Welcoming words and a friendly smile will create a great foundation to build future relationships. With the blessings of God, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to the inauguration of first year B.Tech academic session 21-22, Shubha Parva. My hearty welcome to a man of vision and integrity who has witnessed the laying of every brick in the emergence of JAIN group of institutions. The founder, president, Honorable Chancellor of JAIN deemed to be University, Dr. Chenraj Raichan. Sir, I welcome you, sir. First of all, I would like to welcome all students who have taken an opportunity to pursue their B.Tech degree in our esteemed university and all respected parents for Shubha Parva 21. I am really privileged to have the pleasant task of welcoming our chief guest, Dr. Rishikesh Diwan, co-founder and CEO, Zyro Labs, Bangalore, and Mr. Aditya Pal Singh, Director, Head Talent Acquisition, Informatica, Bangalore. My hearty welcome to both of our guests to Shubha Parva 21. It's my privilege to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, JAIN Group, Vice President, JAIN Group of Institution, Ravindra Bhandari, sir. We welcome you, sir. I warmly welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, JAIN deemed to be University, Dr. Raj Singh, who is present with us today. It's our privilege to have you today, sir. I welcome our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, JAIN deemed to be University, Professor Ishwaran Iyer, to Shubha Parva 21. Let me welcome Professor N.V.H. Krishnan, Registrar, JAIN deemed to be University, for his gracious presence. We welcome you, sir. I would also like to welcome Professor Sridhar Murthy, Dean Academics, JAIN deemed to be University. I also welcome our beloved Director, Dean Research, Dr. Hari Prasad, JAIN deemed to be University, who is always supportive in developments of academic excellence in our institution. I also extend hearty welcome to Dr. Sujay Nair, Dean, School of Computer Science and Engineering, JAIN deemed to be University. It gives a great pleasure in welcoming all the center heads of JAIN deemed to be University and office bearers of JAIN group of institutions. My hearty welcome to all our industry partners with whom we have collaborations. I like to extend a warm welcome to all head of the departments and my fellow colleagues. I also welcome our Director, Projects and Facilities, Pashnath sir and team, hostel wardens, physical director, student councillors, JAIN University. I also welcome press and media partners for their presence. Finally, once again, I would like to welcome you all for the inaugural ceremony, Shubha Parva 2021. Thank you one and all.
Thanks a lot, sir. It is said that if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and achieve more, you're a leader. One that gets the people to do the greatest things. And we have our great leader with us, none other than Dr. Raj Singh, Vice Chancellor, JAIN deemed to be University. With 40 years of experience, including 27 years in education, he has been the Vice Chancellor of prestigious universities like G.D. Goenka University, Gurgaon, Amity Jaipur, Amity Gwalior since the beginning of 2010. He has been advisor to many universities across India. Dr. Singh has done his master's in economics and CFA and PhD in strategic finance. He is known for his oratory skills and innovative approach in higher education and is a TEDx speaker. He has been instrumental in designing innovative pathways in collaboration with universities globally, like University of Warwick, University of Westminster, and Art University of Bournemouth in UK. Politecnico di Milano in Italy, Vatel and Le Cordon Bleu in France, universities of Arkansas, Clemson, Purdue, Oklahoma, Eastern Michigan, and University of California, Riverside in USA. A trainer and consultant for Indian and multinational companies like Tata's Indian Airlines, Telecom Consultants of India Limited, Denso India, ANZ, Greenlight, NTPC, GAIL, SAIL, EIL, Birla Soft, Kudremukh Iron Ore Company in Karnataka, and others. He has trained over 5,000 teachers in schools as well as higher education. Dr. Singh has published and presented many research papers and delivered keynote addresses in over 80 conferences and has been a panelist in many TV shows. Featured as one of the movers and shakers in Daily World Post and My Icon on FM channel in 2016 and 2017. He represented India at the International Design Summit held in Milan, Italy in 2013. He has been on the advisory boards of many institutions and universities, Education Promotion Society of India, and was the chairman of Quality Committee on Education of QCI Government of India. He regularly chairs the expert committees of National Board of Accreditation and was the member of the first governing council of Rajasthan Science Congress. He has been conferred awards for exemplary education leadership in 2012, 2016, and 2017, and Peter Drucker Memorial Award in 2020. He is also the vice co-chair of ASSOCHAM Karnataka chapter. He has developed the unique transdisciplinary project-centric learning at JAIN, which will take education to the intersection of research and practice during JAIN 2.0. To add to this achievement, he also served our country as sergeant under Indian Air Force for 13 years. It's an honor to have you as our guide, sir. Over to you.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, ma'am, for such a generous introduction. Our chief guest this morning, guest of honor, Honorable Chancellor Dr. Chandra Roychan, Vice President Mr. Ravindra Bhandari, distinguished speakers for the day, Dr. Hari Prasad, Dr. Sujay, my colleagues from the University Head Office, faculty colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the students and parents who might have joined us from the entire country as well as abroad. At the outset, I extend a very hearty welcome to each one of you to JAIN deemed to be University, and I congratulate you on joining this university, which commands respect in the market. I also congratulate you because your batch is unique in more than one ways. And over next about 15 minutes, which I've been assigned, I'll try to outline why your batch is unique. One, is because the time at which you're joining higher education, which is going to be defined, the future is going to be defined by 3-4 important factors. And as you might have guessed by now, the first factor is the post-pandemic scenario. I believe that we will not and we should not go back to the old normal, because old normal was not working. And therefore, we all are trying to find a new normal for ourselves. And as the experts say, the pandemic itself and the after effects may continue for about a decade. So if I reduce about 1.5 years, at least 9 years more. And this is likely to linger in the form of an endemic, which will keep on coming off and on at different seasons, different parts of the world, different pockets. So this is one factor which is going to define the foreseeable future. And the second, we have just gotten into a new environment of education due to the announcement of new national education policy last year in July. And there are far-reaching implications of this, because if you look at the recommendations of MEP 2020, they are going to transform education. They are going to take us in a direction where we have an opportunity of making it higher and higher in the pecking order. And between these two factors, technology, which I think is the mainstay of engineering education, is going to play the role of enabler. And at times, it's also going to disrupt the way we function, disrupt the way we impart education. All those implications we are consciously aware of, and we have been responding to this in a timely manner and effective manner. And the second reason why I say this is a unique batch, because you're going to be the first batch of the journey which I've just undertaken, called JAIN 2.0. And JAIN 2.0 is going to be significantly different from the past, even though we will pursue the journey with same passion, with same zeal, the same excellence, which we have pursued for last 30 years. And this passion, this zeal has brought the university to what we are today. And each one of you deserves congratulations on joining this university, not because you joined the B.Tech or M.Tech with different specializations, but I think this university is unique in so many other ways. One, that you're going to be part of a global community on the campus, as was mentioned in the opening remark. You have students from more than 24 countries who will be interacting with you, who will be studying with you, and presents the entire globe in a mini globe kind of manner in the campus. And working and studying with the students from different communities, different regions, different cultures, different countries, different nations, different academic background, socioeconomic background, makes you learn the ways of working, the work ethics, the cultural nuances, the business practices all over the globe. And that makes you enriched compared to an institution where, I'm not saying that the Indian students only will not create the environment, but becomes slightly difficult. Here, it's naturally a global environment. You will be part of this. And JAIN University also practices excellence, not only in academics, but almost in every walk of life, wherein, as you must be aware, we're going to be the host in this academic year. We're going to host the Khelo India University Games, which is a Mahakumbh of youth games in the country as far as universities are concerned. And our university has been bestowed with this honor. And these games will be held from 5th March to 13th March 2022 in your campus, in engineering campus. We call it the global campus, which has world-class sports facilities. So very exciting year in which you are joining, and I'm extremely delighted to welcome you. And if I may take this opportunity of thanking each one of you to have chosen us and decided to make our hours, days, weeks, months, and years more meaningful than what they would have been without you. While the education you will be getting, in view of what changes I have mentioned, is going to be much more flexible and liberal and practice-oriented, I think we also want to tell you that while we'll try to do best for you, we exist because of you and for you. Because without you, any teacher, any school, any college, any university didn't have any existence. We are mindful of this fact. And therefore, we are doubly excited to welcome you. As I mentioned, last 30 years have been a journey of excellence which we want to pursue, even though in JAIN 2.0, we relook at the future scenario as we articulate it, and we redefine our strategies and roadmap. You and we together will undertake this exciting journey. Let me very, very briefly present to you my understanding of what kind of scenario you are going to be there. We all are going to be there together. You particularly because we are in an age where the things change so rapidly that what we learn in first semester may not be relevant in the 8th semester. Things become redundant so fast. You might have heard that the children who entered education in 2016-17, I'm saying at the school level, when they graduate and go to the corporate life, 65% of the jobs they'll be working on do not exist today. And therefore, the biggest challenge to teachers and learners is that what we should be learning, which job we should be preparing for, or which industry we should be preparing for. And I think this is one major aspect of reviewing or revisiting the future, as well as revising our strategies, that the focus has to shift slightly away from the typical skills for a job or industry to learnability, to those skills which are globally transferable, those skills which are going to be with you for a longer time. And if you're able to develop in you a capability to learn continuously, we would have done the job. And that's precisely the purpose of the teaching learning methods and the entire education process we decided to practice during the stay. So some of the mega trends we should be considering as we go through this exciting journey. While we all believe and see that India is emerging or has already emerged to a large extent, a global economic power. And this global economic power has many, many implications, not only engineering, but almost for every discipline. This civilizational landscape, which is taking shape today, from the 2 civilizational world to 3 civilizational world in the Cold War era, we live in the multi-civilizational world. And in this, which started somewhere mid-1990s after the disintegration of erstwhile USSR, the economic, military, and political power equations and the epicenter of activities is shifting eastwards. Particularly, you must have seen in the last few months how the predominance of Quad is redefining the political and military scenario. And in that, it's throwing open a lot of new opportunities for us as teachers, researchers, and students. We should look for newer opportunities. If I explain this scenario in the form of the industrial revolutions, multiple industrial revolutions are coexisting in which we are studying, which we are teaching, we are learning. And for the benefit of students, let me take a minute to explain what I mean by this and how it has become more complicated. The first industrial revolution, which lasted for almost 140, 150 years, was characterized by post and telegraph as the means of communication and steam energy as the source of energy. Some of the people of my generation must have seen the steam engines in railways, which are no more visible. Today, we have either the diesel engines or electrical engines mostly, which promote green environment. The second industrial revolution, which lasted for about 60 to 70 years thereafter, was characterized by the fossil fuel or petroleum products primarily as the source of energy, and telephones as the means of communication. And within telephones, at least, again, people of our generation have seen the transition from that point-to-point phone connection to the ones where we could dial the numbers, and the mobile phones and the wireless connectivity, and what kind of revolution has taken place you all are witnessing. The third industrial revolution, which was only for about 30 years or so, 30 years or so old, is characterized by renewable sources of energy, or we call it as green energy, and internet as the means of communication. I think that's where the opportunities for innovations lie. And this green energy, through internet internet connected grids, will be transferred from surplus to deficit areas. And every household may become a storehouse of energy through hydrogen technology. There are some of the terms being discussed in engineering and being used to revolutionize the industrial landscape. And then comes the fourth industrial revolution, which is very much current there, influencing all of us in every walk of life. Was not characterized by means of communication and source of energy. It was horizontal. It was cutting across everything. And this represented convergence of digital, biological, and physical worlds, and therefore more complicated. And it led to enabling technologies which the humankind never thought of. And I think in a very short span, it's impacted us as no other revolution impacted us. And the fifth industrial revolution, which I just set in, I think is the refusal of human beings that we will not surrender to technology. Ultimately, it's the human beings who have to be in command. And now we're talking about technology with heart, technology with emotions. And I was reading some of the futuristic essays wherein say the sixth and seventh industrial revolutions will be focusing on predicting the emotional behavior of human beings, predicting what kind of career trajectory is completely futuristic through use of these technologies which we have today, whether artificial intelligence, metadata, and predictive models are being developed. Now, if I just look at the kind of scenario in which we witness all these industrial revolutions, I think it's not difficult for us to understand what kind of teaching learning process and what kinds of orientation in terms of application development has to be adopted by all of us. And this industry and technology with heart, it's something we have to practice. Other trend, if you look at, I would mention is the demographic landscape. Friends, the world is already about 7 billion population, approaching 7 billion. Very soon we should be 8 billion. And India accounts for almost 1.4 billion today. China is slightly ahead of us, 1.43, 44, or 45, in that range. So we're almost same population. But the point I want to mention to you as to be engineers who will be responsible for shaping the demographic landscape and the life of every individual is that the country which boasts of being one of the youngest nations in terms of age. I understand 65% or more population belongs to less than 35 years of age. Now, this is a very, very young nation in terms of demography. And the youth is going to define the future, not only in terms of being in that age group or being in the workforce of the world, but I think the power really lies in the hands of the youth, which I'll explain to you through some data. But mind you, around 2050 or so, maybe 30, 40 years from now, India will not be one of the youngest nations. It will face a problem of aging society. More and more people will be in the category of senior citizens. More and more people on this earth will be more than 100 years of age. I may not be accurate, but according to some literature which I refer year to year and time to time, we have around 175,000 people in this world who are above the age of 100. And by 2040, 2045, this population may be around 2.5 millions, about 25 lakhs. And the people between the age of 65 or maybe 65 to 100 will be about 2 billion plus. Now, when you have this kind of scenario of demography, the needs of the society will be different. And that's where the point I want to emphasize, that you all will be responsible, because you are the ones who will be designing that world, who will be designing the products and services for that world. You will be the policymakers in that world. We need to be mindful of this demographic shift, which all of us will face together, and maybe you will definitely face, because the senior generations like us may not be even present there. So this is the third point I would mention. And you being the youth, you being the ones who have the power in your hand, thanks to the social media and technology revolution, coupled with miniaturizations of handheld gadgets and internet connectivity, with 5G almost there, you will be making decisions. The social media has more population than any of the most populated countries, and you are the ones who are technology savvy and going to be the influencers. This also means that you have greater responsibility to shape this world. You have greater responsibility to discharge the responsibility of environmental issues, for example. The environmental concerns have been talked about for more than 25 years now, but I think the urgency is getting more and more. And you have to design that green frontier industry sector, which is popularly known as. It will decide on products and innovative ideas and services to serve that sector, which is going to be predominant. And all this, if I look at, they're going to place a very, very huge demand on the innovation system of the country. And when the demand on innovation system increases like this, it's the universities which are expected to deliver. The entire community and entire society starts looking at us. And in that sense, we have a greater than ever responsibility to meet this demand of the society. And you will be there in the action. You will need to work not only with your fellow students, but also the students of entire university from across disciplines in an interdisciplinary environment. And yes, I'm referring to the research you to undertake in an interdisciplinary environment. You will agree with me when you start looking at the concept of engineering vis-a-vis other concepts, the whole paradigm shifts. You start looking at a larger canvas where you can paint more innovative idea than you would be able to do within your own discipline. And therefore, this is also one of the emphasis areas of the new national education policy, which I referred to you in the beginning. As a university, we have taken proactive steps in this direction, wherein while we will follow the global benchmarks, we will remain locally relevant. And this is in line with the recent mission of Government of India, Honorable Prime Minister, called Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. And we have to find solutions to local problems within that. We will leverage technology and try to differentiate from the rest of the world, both in terms of contents as well as teaching learning methods. We are very, very aggressive in terms of working with the industry, wherein we co-create curriculum with the industry so that it remains relevant forever. And most importantly, I think the research we undertake will have to be extended to innovation and practice, where we innovate to find solutions for the industry, community, and the society. And finally, we have created a culture in the university which will continue to be created, which is curated, which is intentionally developed, wherein performance orientation and the commitment to vision of a university, which is, I think, expected to deliver on the demand of the country and the nation and the society, we all will work together. In summary, I would say at JAIN, we represent a university which dreams with ambition and leads with conviction. I think this sentence, according to me, describes everything. You'll be listening to our charismatic and visionary Chancellor after I finish, who has a worldview, which has a vision for education of this country, and is leading us to create a university which might be one of its kind, not only in the country, but in the world. You will feel recharged listening to his ideas, and with the same zeal, he has been leading us. He has been showing us the path, and all of us are together in this journey. To end, let me fulfill my obligation of a teacher. I can't stop the temptation of giving some gyan and advice for the students as you join and undertake this new journey. Students, my request to all of you would be that you graduated from these schools and come to university. I'm reminded of one of the principals I was addressing. I was attending the graduation ceremony of a leading school, and who said that boys and girls, when you entered from this door in the hall, you entered as boys and girls, but when you will go out from the other door, you will go as men and women. And I think this transition you all have undergone. And what I'm trying to say that today onwards, take the honors of learning onto yourself. We will not be spoon feeding you. The opportunities available to all of you will be equal. The teacher available to will be equal. How much you learn out of it is your prerogative. For example, one of the expectations I can tell you when you graduate from here, I would be very, very happy to see some good quality publications and patents in your CV. And it would influence the job market in a manner that they will be searching for you. The second appeal to each one of you is that there is no place for ego in this environment. If you want to be a good learner, shed your egos and leave at home, leave outside, but don't take it to the classroom. Remember the purpose of your being there. When you join a university of our kind, or for that matter, any institution of higher education, you should be very clear about what are you there for. And if you keep that in mind, believe me, you will be ahead of your contemporaries. You will be able to make an impact which nobody else can make. I often give this example. A tiny country like Vietnam defeated the mighty Americans in the war because Vietnamese soldiers actually knew why they were fighting, but Americans did not know why they were fighting. This one single most important factor of knowing the purpose of being there is very, very powerful tool. On the social capital, as you enjoy your stay in JAIN University, make friends who will be there with your life in the business, in every walk of life. And lastly, I would say, as you enjoy your stay, don't allow yourself to be in comfort zone. Always keep stretching outwards. And that's the only job I have. That's the only job the leadership of this university has. We will keep pushing you outwards. And how much you can be pushed will decide how much successful all of you would be. Remember, each one of you is unique and you can carve out a unique path for yourself, provided you spend your time the way you should be spending with us. At the end, once again, I welcome each one of you to JAIN, and I pray to Almighty that He makes you extremely successful. He makes you extremely happy, because in your happiness and success lies our happiness and success at the university. Thank you once again, and God bless each one of you. Congratulations to the Dean and the faculty members and all the parents who are present here today. It's a very momentous occasion for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge and experience. A good leader inspires people to have confidence in the leader. A great leader inspires people to have confidence in themselves. A leader par excellence is a source of inspiration for many. None other than our leading light, Dr. Chandraj Roychan, Chancellor, Jain Beam to be University. Sir, please ignite the young minds, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Raj Singh. Chief guest for the day, Chief guest address, Dr. Rishikesh Diwan, co-founder and CEO Zero Labs, Bangalore. Aditya Pal Singh, Director Head Talent Acquisition. Hari Prasad, Director. Janaka Prasad and the entire my colleagues, students, parents, and well-wishers. A very good morning to one and all of you. Dr. Raj Singh has already given you the outline that what you should look forward for in life, and in his beautiful talk, he has mentioned your responsibilities and also given the broad picture about what is the challenges which you have. What are the challenges you are going to take up the responsibilities, and how are you going to overcome them? You're all just past 12th standard students. I would request Dr. Rishikesh and Aditya Pal Singh to talk to them on your real journey of how you can become an entrepreneur. That is going to be very important. It is not about jobs and career. I have been responsible for 3 to 4,000 young entrepreneurs, small medium enterprises. Students are very innovative. This is what I have understood in my 30 years of my experience with the younger generation. Whatever I am today is because of the students. Whatever I have learned from them, be able to understand how they are able to think differently. So my dear friends, it is not an inaugural session. It's a kind of an interactive outlook where you try to understand from the speakers, but you try to develop your own ability and capacity in the next 4 calendar years, or maybe the ongoing education what you may have after 4 years. But in this 4 years, it is not about your examinations. It is not about your getting marks. It is about you, which is more important. Please keep that in mind. I don't want to give you any big talks or big ideas. I just want to talk little small things with all of you. Since you have just passed out of the 12th standard, and maybe 1.5 years you would have now gone through online classes, and even now next 20, 30 days, you'll be on the online classes till you come to offline with all the protocols in place. Maybe by October end, you'll be in the classroom at offline. You have the responsibility. You have missed 2 years of your offline experiences with your colleagues, and you have been online. So now your responsibility becomes more and more responsibility for you to take up the initiatives in next 4 calendar years. My dear friends, nothing more I would like to talk, only 4 or 5 things. Your concept of marks will be just a kind of a past, is about the past. It is not about the present. So I am not believing in marks, I am believing in all of you. So I am more interested in your individual growth as a career personality, not only in through your subjects, but through your confidence level, your conviction, your commitment, and your interest towards the information which you are going to convert it into reality, into your own areas which you would like to excel in your life. So that is going to be more important for me. 1.5 lakh students has passed out from last 30 years in JAIN, and I have seen so many students doing so well in life. So I have no doubt about you all, because you're 18, 19-year-old, but you think like 35-year-old, 40-year-old, 45-year-old, because you are tech generation where you're mobile savvy and you have information with Google. You understand everything. So classroom is just going to be a kind of a foundation for all of you. Online classes will be a foundation for all of you, but I want you to try to excel beyond the information what is being provided to all. You are going to come to the college for maybe 150 days or 200 days a year. Somewhere blended learning, somewhere hybrid learning, somewhere through. But I want the students to just focus on the group activities, extension activities, project-related thought processes, and coming out with the ideas which can benefit the economic scenario of the environment. Now, that is going to be where you always like to succeed in life, and you always have the aspiration that I should be the best in life. So it is possible for you. If you want to become the best, you have to apply your mind, and your application of knowledge into action is going to be the reality of the future. I don't want to give any other futuristic goals, but your immediate goal will be that your 200 days a year, how are you going to focus? Sundays, what are you going to do? National holidays, what are you going to do? As students, you would like to have fun. As students, you would like to have fun with your friends. You would like to have to know more people. You would like to be very curious. You'll be inquisitive. You'll be full of life. You'll be full of energy. But how are you going to channelize that energy into your reality, which gives you satisfaction? The answer for is that we cannot give any advice to all of you. We can only suggest you all that you are any day better than all of us, because we have been a product of 30, 40 years. But today, you have all the amenities around you, and parents have taken the initiative to give you a quality education. Now it is up to you to optimize that 4 calendar years. Why I made this concept of telling you 4 calendar years? That means you are not coming for 365 days to college. Please keep that in mind. You are not coming to 365 days. You will have Sundays, you will have some Saturday holidays, you may have winter, summer holidays, you may have some examination. You may not like to attend some of your classes. Being a student, 10%, you may not even attend your classes, and overall you may hardly be there for 200 days. And that 200 days also, if I break into unit, it will be 6 hours a day or 7 hours a day. It is not even going to be beyond quarter day a year. It's not going to be full 24 hours which you are going to be in the college. So this is mind is very deceptive. So if you don't capitalize on this units of your availability of 6 to 8 hours into productivity, then maybe you may miss out on certain finer aspects of your life. And maybe after 4 or 5 years, if you realize it will be too late. So better you put your head down now only itself, and understand what are you going to do in next 4 calendar years. You have 160 credits. In that credit, it will be vocational education, it will be projects, it will be interactive sessions. Dr. Vice Chancellor Raj Singh has already told you that you would like to, he would like to insist on you, or maybe suggested you that you should take up some research methodologies or research areas where you can understand the implications of the subject what you are going to study, and you are going to come out, you're going to understand the outcome of it. So how are you going to do it? So for me, the simple question to all of you will be, my dear friends, I will break your units into three parts of your life in a day. One part will be your personal life of 8 hours of your social life, which I always believe that how you are going to utilize your 8 hours. Even today, I see the students are using their mobile, social media, your Instagram, or maybe LinkedIn, or maybe talk about all the tools, WhatsApp, whatever you use. I see 80% of the students are involving themselves into 4 hours of mobile talking and using social media, which is not productive. If you can identify that area of 4 hours of not utilizing it in the right way, average a student takes 4 hours only to go through the information available of entertainment information, or a friendly information, or social chats. That is not going to be your career. 4 hours, if you can reduce that into 1 hour, and if you can plan it, that how much to talk and how much to see the WhatsApp and how much to be on the social media, you will save 3 hours a day. So 1 hour, if you can effectively use your mobile only for the necessity to your friends or maybe to your requirement. I'm not talking about studies, I'm talking about your personal activity. In personal, if you spend 4 hours a day only on mobile, average what you're spending, the students normally across the planet spend. And if you can reduce it to 1 hour, 1.5 hours a day, using all your entertainment tools and understanding and learning, that 2.5 hours is going to be a big achievement for you to plan those 2.5 hours in a day. 6 hours to 8 hours of your classroom, if you're attentive in the classroom with the teacher, and if you ask the questions with the teachers, that is going to be more learning than just being one-sided. So if you try to question your teachers, they are going to come well prepared to your classroom. In fact, I always say that you have more information than the faculty members. They are the guides, they are the mentors, they are the support system for you. But can you collaborate with your faculty members? Can you collaborate with them and try to reason out why are you studying that subject? I'm sure many of you would have not even gone through the syllabus or the curriculum, what you are going to learn in the next 4 academic year. You have just taken the admission. You would have not even looked at the prospectus. You would have not even looked at what is going to be your physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Your chemistry, what physics will teach you, and what are the chapters, what are the subject, what are the sub-verticals, what are the lab activities. You would have not even gone through the entire curriculum, what would have been displayed on the website, or maybe on the brochure what you have taken. You have just taken the admission that yes, I have to take a B.Tech degree, I have to study, and I have to succeed in life. But you would have not even reasoned out. This is what I see from the various students who join. When I ask them the question, did you see the background of your subject? Did you see the scope of that? Did you connect with the industries? Did you know about the current trends? What is happening in the globe? That is possible if you go through the information and try to know what are you going to do. You would have taken computer science, you would have taken mechanical engineering, you would have taken electronics, but then did you reason out that why are you taking that subject and what is the goal and what is the future of it? So you have to reason out yourself, my dear friends. For you, I will give you a small understanding. 8 hours, you do whatever you want to do in a day. You can use your mobile, you can talk to your friends, you can travel, you can have your breakfast, lunch, dinner, you can entertain yourself, you can attend your parties, but 8 hours a day should be enough. You should calculate that you have got 8,760 hours a year. 8,760 hours in a year, calendar year, you have got 8,760 hours. Maybe none of you would have even understood that 24 into 365, you have got 8,760 hours. Please note that point in your mind that I have got a luxury of 8,760 hours. Now I will break this into 3 parts. 8 hours I am going to sleep, come what may, because that sleep is required for you to become fresh next day and be take up the next day all the new things which you are going to learn or expose yourself and observe and understand. So 8 hours sleep, I will take out your 8 hours sleep. I'm not going to include in that 8,760 hours. Average, if I take 8 hours into 365 days, is 2,920 hours is yours. Do whatever you want to do. You dream, you imagine, have a sound sleep, become a better person, get up energetic next day, fresh and feeling energetic next day. Another 8 hours, I give it to yourself. Do whatever you want to do for the 8 hours. I told you all your hygiene, your travel, your social media, your friends, your parties, creating new friends, going through all the information which you would like to realize about it. Go for 8 hours, no problem. Still, you have left with 8 hours. Now that 8 hours into 365 days is 2,920 hours, again 2,920 hours, again 2,920 hours. Now 3 in 2,920 hours you have got. Three, if you divide into 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 2/3 you take for your sleep and your personal life. Can you establish the plan for your 1/3 of your life for the next 4 calendar years? 2,920 hours, I am going to be alert, I am going to learn, I am going to become professional, I'm going to have my plan, I'm going to have my goal, I would like to write my success vision plan for 5 to 10 years, and by 5 years, I will be competent in the subjects what I'm going to study. This 8 hours is 2,920 hours. Still, I will discount another 2 hours for all of you, my dear friends, because you're all very young, so I can understand you may require more luxury of time to spend with your friends and well-wishers. I can still understand 2 hours, I'll give you another benefit of 2 hours. Take 720 hours you take away for your 10 hours a day, you can be for your personal life. But behind that 6 hours, if you can apply your mind for 365 days, including your Sundays, is as good as 2,000 hours. The 2,000 hours into 4 calendar years is 8,000 hours. If you apply your mind on the subject, what you're going to study and know the reasons and have inquisitiveness, have the curiosity, have the reasoning power and being creative and understanding that what is going to be my future after 4 years. This 8,000 hours in 4 calendar years, 2,000 hours a year. If you can apply your mind with a collective learning, with activities, with study knowledge and project understanding, interacting with the right faculty, interacting with the industry interface, knowing the current trends, what is happening in the world, general knowledge, you will develop good communication skills, you will develop enhancement abilities, you will develop your grasping power, and this 8,000 hours will make you a genius in 4 years. Now, if you want to become a genius, you have to invest your time. If you want to succeed in life, you have to invest on your personal transformation, on professional competence. Personal competence, yes, you already have, you are capable of doing that. So my only advice to all of you was the only simple note is that 2,000 hours a year, you be focused on your information and your professional competence. Believe me, my friends, if you take the self-responsibility for yourself, teachers are guides, mentors are there, they are going to be mentors for you, but you are going to self-help yourself and you are going to come out with ideas. So I just want to give you this simple theory, a simple formula for you, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. You take 10 hours for your personal life, take 8 hours for your sleep life, and some of you sleep only for 5 hours and 6 hours. Some of you go late to the bed by 11 o'clock, not required. I want all of you to be very organized. If you are very organized, your mind becomes very organized and your team becomes very organized. Your thought process becomes very organized. And this is my personal experience. I have kept myself very, very organized. I know when to get up. I know when to use my physical fitness. I know when to talk. I know when to plan my day and how to talk to people. I meet hundreds of people in a day. I have hundreds of meetings in a 30 or 40 meetings I'll have. I will travel, but I plan myself. I'll have my entertainment. I'll also go through watching the communication or watching the TV serials, maybe even my personal life. But still, I'm able to balance and I'm able to connect with everybody. I have done this 44 years in a disciplined way. I'm sure you also are capable of doing that. I told you in one sentence of mine that whatever I've learned from the students today. It is because the student is 1 lakh students of JAIN group of institution which inspires me. For me, you're a different kind of a leader. For me, every one of you are highly talented and a very powerful thinker. For me, you are better than the seniors. You are better than than all of us because you are 18, 19 and you have got unbelievable energy with you all. Only thing you have to productively channelize to your to your satisfaction. Now, that is in your hand, my dear friend. So I have given you that formula. Number 2, careers, how you are paying a 3 lakh rupees fees. You are going to spend 2 lakh rupees on hostel. You are going to spend 1 lakh rupees on yourself. So in all 24 lakh rupees you are going to invest for 4 calendar years. Please keep that in mind. None of the speakers would have told you in your lifetime that how much your parents have taken the effort to invest 24 lakh rupees for you in that 4 years. That 24 lakh rupees, if I take it average of 2 years, 12 lakh rupees, and if I take a simple interest of 12%, it is almost 15,000 rupees. In 12 lakh rupees, I foresee that it is going to be at least 1.5 lakh rupees of your capital investment, or maybe a personal investment reaches up to 30 lakh rupees for 4 years, including the interest what you are going to pay, or if you have taken a loan from the bank, or if you have taken from your parents. Imagine 30 lakh rupees is 7.5 lakh rupees a year. And if you are investing 7.5 lakh rupees a year into 4 years, 30 lakh rupees, and if this 30 lakh rupees, it doesn't convert into a career for you, where you are going to earn 10 to 15 lakh rupees on your job, or a career, whatever you are going to take up after 4 years, or maybe another 2 years of higher education. If this investment is not converted into an opportunity in these 4 calendar years, then it is going to be a formality. You will attend examination, you will study for 5 days, and you will get 60% marks, and you say that I got a degree. But degree is not important. It is what have you learned in 4 years that is going to be very important for you, and how are you going to be relevant to the economic system or the ecosystem around you. That is going to be very important for all of you. The 30 lakh rupees is not a small amount, my dear friend. If this is not multiplied into 10x in 5-6 years, then your education is not going to be relevant what you are going to do. 98% of the students I have no idea about in the country. I have seen last 30 years that 80% of the students take it very, very lightly. They take it in a very casual way. And only 20% of the students are serious to succeed in life. But for me, each one of you are competent, each one of you are extremely capable. And if you can develop your capabilities through this 8,000 hours of investment of yours, if you invest your time in a productive way, this investment of yours is going to convert into a very powerful, successful career for all of you, and that is in your hands. So you have to take the responsibility for yourself. You have to self-discipline yourself. You have to take the thinking abilities and reasoning power for yourself. You need to be very, very, very sure about what you are going to do. And I'm sure, my dear friends, with the information available across the world and what information is going to be provided to you on this platform at JAIN University, this both will complement you to become a successful individual. I would wish all the 750 students, I would request Dr. Rishikesh, I would request Aditya Pal Singh, can you give them that entrepreneurial outlook for them? Can you involve, because it's not as a chief guest or a guest speaker today, I would request Dr. Sujay Nair and Dr. Hari Prasad and Benaka Prasad to talk to the guests who have come here today. Can you collaborate with them, and can they give some hands-on experience, some projects to the students through their company, where the students can, after the class hours, can take up 1 hour of their time and take up the back office work and support the ideas and try to come out with the solution. So live projects, internship, and reasoning power within that Kanakpura area. There are 450 villages. If you can go around the villages, you can find thousands of ideas. You can develop vocational skills for yourself. So I would request the speaker, Dr. Rishikesh and Aditya Pal Singh, you are a highly achiever. You have become an entrepreneur, and you are adding a lot of value to the market and the society, and you have so many people around you. You have given careers to so many people in your own company, and if you can inspire this younger generation to utilize their knowledge into application based, that is called practical based knowledge, and I'm sure they will also reach your level, sir. So I would request all my faculty members to encourage the students through project-based learning, through project-centric learning. And we always believe that if the students are given the problems, and if they come out with the solution through interaction, I'm sure they are going to become more capable communicators and more capable reasoning young minds who can bring out a lot of ideas. If those 750,000 students who have joined for this year, if each student comes out with 2 ideas, imagine 2,000 ideas in a year, and if that can be articulated, you may find so many entrepreneurial activities which you are going to become in a startup. I would like to encourage entrepreneurship for all the students. We have a startup culture. I am ready to support you all. If 5 students can join together, and in next 1 year, if we can come out with an outline and an idea that this is the small product which we would like to initiate, we would create a solution, we would like to convert it into app, and we would like to create into a business opportunity. I will be the first person to help you all, my dear friend. So I want all the students to pledge yourself that before you complete your 4 academic years, you would have had 10, 12 ideas with you. And if I can convert that into a business opportunity for you through incubation and startup, you need not even go to a company to seek for a job or a career or a 10 lakh rupee salary or 8 lakh rupee salary. You yourself can earn while studies. So I'm going to come out with, we are going to come out with some more solutions for all of you next 3 months, 4 months by January. We are trying to encourage Kalpa Vriksha model, where we have created a Kalpa Vriksha model for entrepreneurial journey, experiential learning for the student community. We are going to give you a project, and you are going to, through that project, you are going to come out with a business idea. You are going to make profits out of it. I'll be very happy if that amount what you are invested, your parents' hard-earned money, what you have invested in for your education for these 4 years, I would like you to take away that capital of 25 lakh rupees. If we can earn in 3-4 years, I'll be more happy to create that situation in your mind, and we'll be more happy that if you are going to take back your investment, what you have done while studying. So can you create this opportunity? 4 days, 5 days, 3 hours of internship or 3 hours of project related work. If you can create some business opportunities, small business opportunities out of it. Within the Kanakpur of Taluk, I think Benaka Prasad and team, if you can interact, you can come out with 500 business ideas from the student. So 3 months, please induct them, orient them, motivate them, create groups of 5 students. If there's 1,000 students, if I can see more than 40 groups, more than 200 groups of 5 students, these 200 groups coming out with 2 ideas every 60 days. If they come out with ideas, I'm sure in 2 years they'll come out with a lot of business ideas. My dear friends, we have started 2-3 software companies. We have started 100-200 companies around JAIN Group, and they are ready to come and guide you and support you through analytical approach. And also, you will be through this new model of national education policy, you are going to get more subjects to learn, especially in marketing, finance. You will get a lot of opportunities, choice-based credit curriculum. You are going to get an opportunity to study commerce. You are going to get opportunity to study a basic new addition courses on your Python language, on your other internet of artificial intelligence or machine learning, whether it's a mechanical student, whether it's an electrical student, or whether it's electronic student or aerospace. You get the opportunity to learn more ideas from the other value-added courses we have tied up with industry. So I want all the 1,000 students, before graduating in 4 years, you will declare yourself that we are entrepreneurs for the future, and we are going to impact the society, and we'll come out with the ideas. We are going to collaborate with the teachers. We are going to collaborate with the industry partners. I have 2 guests with me here, Dr. Rishikesh and Aditya Palsi. Quite times I've taken them because I see the track record is very good. They are big achievers in their own fields, and they are going to inspire you all today, not by talk, but I would request Dr. Hari Prasad and team to bring out all these specialists on the campus to the students and interact with them through their journey of success. They become the real mentors and teachers, especially the guests who have come today. And these are the people who collaboratively from the industry, from the teaching fraternity, from the market forces of project related students projects, and your curriculum. This 5-way, if we can 20%, if we can break it into 5 units and make students more responsible and make them accountable, and if they can own their B.Tech degree. Now you are not the students, you are already adults, so you are going to be the owner for your B.Tech degree. I want you to own your B.Tech degree. I don't want you to take a degree. I want you to become a proud owner of your B.Tech, because of your interest and your capacity, you are going to achieve. I'm not interested in your marks. I'm interested in your idea. You get 60% marks. You don't need to get 95% marks. Only mad people get 95% marks. They have to go to mental hospital if they get 95% marks in the examination. It is all-rounder. I want you to be an all-rounder 360 degrees, where you are good at communication, you are good at activities, you are good at events, you are good at reasoning, you are good at group activities, and you are good at coming out with solutions by teachers giving you some thought ideas for assignments, where you come out. This again, to conclude, my dear friends, I want all of you to become entrepreneurs, because by 2026, 2027, I've told my entire team, my entire family of JAIN Group, which includes students, faculty members, vice chancellor, all my leaders, all the heads of the institution, that 2027 we should declare that JAIN University, if anybody wants to apply, job seekers need not apply, job providers need to apply. So you are going to be the role model, my dear friends. I will take special interest with all the student community. Every 90 days, I'm going to interact with you all for 1 or 2 hours in trying to create an eco-vibrant system for all of you and give you various outline, give you various outlook that how you can become entrepreneur in 4 years. If you can do that, my dear friends, one is earn while studying. Next 1.5 years, you should get internship of 30,000 rupees a month. We have 5 companies with us. We are ready to give you stipend, provided you are willing to take the responsibility. So my only talk on this is your responsibility. You should become responsible for yourself. If you listen to this talk again and again, there will be a lot of various underlying meanings in that. And I want all of you, because I am treating you like a senior person, men and women. I'm not treating you like students. Now you have come as a men and women here, and you should go as a visionary out of this campus. So can you be a visionary? Can you be an articulate person? And each student for me is potentially divine. So for me, you are the hero, you are the stars, and you are the well-wishers. You are going to add value to the platform. Because of you, JAIN is going to grow. Because of your efforts, JAIN is going to achieve in life. So my dear friends, Dr. Sujay and Dr. Hari Prasad, please give that ecosystem for the students to come out with reasoning ideas. You should have an idea day. Every 2 days a week, you should have an idea day from the student. 4 days should be clear academics and 2 days should be idea day. And Sunday, you should ensure that everybody joins this coding club so that they can themselves become extraordinary people on the planet. The students are very good at games, and they come out with Indian mythology ideas. They come out with Indian Jataka tales. They come out with our stories and spread to the world. And every student should have an entrepreneurial bug in their mind. They should become a solopreneur. And if we can handhold them, if we can support them, if we can encourage them, faculty members, I request you all that it is not going to be the classes what you're going to go to the classes and make the students very lively. And if they come out next day with better ideas, you will also come out with your better ideas. I want teachers also to become entrepreneurs with the student. So it should be an entrepreneurial journey for every student in this campus. So this first batch, which the first year students which are coming, I will be personally interested in all these 1,000 students, their growth, their interest, their group, their club activities, their information activities, whatever extension activities, ability enhancement activities, whatever you are creating, make it practical and ensure that they are accountable and they take the ownership of whatever they are doing. It should not be one-sided affair, and it should not be 75% attendance. I request the students to optimize your 6 hours a day. I want your commitment of 6 hours, my dear students. Only 6 hours for yourself. Ask your question for yourself. Give a resolution for yourself that your discipline for 6 to 8 hours on your professional competence, you are going to be committed and devoted, and you are going to pass a resolution for yourself. I'm emphasizing this again and again. Why? Because I know that what you are going to achieve in 4 years, you would have not done in 40 years. And I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to believe in your intentions. I want you to believe in your capacity. I want you to believe in your own name. Dr. Devi Radhika, or we talk about Vamsi, or we talk about Rohit Raj. I want you to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, if your intentions are good, I'm sure you will be also like Dr. Rishikesh Diwan, who's an achiever. You will also be like Aditya Pal Singh, who is an achiever. You will also be a scientist. You may be a researcher. You may be a teacher. You may be a career thinker. You may be a vice president. You may get the best job globally. You can get connected anywhere. But it is your 6 to 7 hours a day. I have repeated 8, 9 times that 6 to 7 hours of your day, 365 days, you should be very conscious about what you are doing. And your infinite teachers and your mental ability should give results in yourselves. Every day you should see that 2 new things I have learned. Current trends, please read newspapers, please read magazines, go to the library. Today, always, the library is full of digital library, which you can sit at any time, anywhere you can study. We are going to have our MOOCs platform, 40% of blended learning, hybrid learning. Our teachers are going to record their talks and be live available to all of you. But I am confident about our faculty members of JAIN Engineering College. All our 425 faculty members are gems and jewels. It is up to you to extract from them and make things happen in life. So my dear friends, I want all of you to be something unique in yourself and something show uniqueness in yourself. And by 4 years, every one of you should go out with a smile as an achiever that yes, I have done it. So best wishes to all of you. Please apply your mind and take the responsibility for yourself and make things happen. And you can make things happen. And that is my confidence and that is my conviction. I have my entire belief system in the younger generation, and I'm going to invest my commitment, my thoughts on you, and I'm going to create that ecosystem for all of you by bringing in best of the best people around you, so that live bonding, you can really experience that energy from the achievers, and you can make things happen. Hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs I have already created in my lifetime. I don't have time to talk about all these things now. I'm expecting both the speakers to inspire you all, and whoever has brought both these speakers, I'm very impressed with their background and their achievements, Zero Labs and their talent acquisition. These two people, you have brought the right people on the platform today. I would like to connect with both the achievers, Dr. Rishikesh and Aditya Pal Singh, if they can collaborate with us and come out with new ideas for the student enhancement capacity building. I'm sure we can bring out at least 50 Aditya Pals and 50 Rishikesh Divans out of this campus in 4 years. And that is possible. We can do that. So let us all collaborate together. Let us work as a family. Let us work as a team. Let us work as a group. And let us join together and complement each other and make this campus as the most vibrant campus in the country, and where we find everybody becoming a thinker and ability and a thought leader and an example for oneself, and all of you will become role models. All the best. Have a great innings for next 4 calendar years. I'll remain in touch with you. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring budding engineers of JAIN. Truly, the glass wall will be broken. Thanks a lot, sir. The task of an achiever is not to put greatness into people, but to elicit it for the greatness which is there already. We have one such achiever among us, Dr. Rishikesh Diwan, co-founder, CEO at Zero Lab. Graduated from Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology and received his doctoral degree in computer science from Indian Institute of Science. In his 18 plus years of experience, he was the part of Siemens Technology as consultant, adjunct faculty in Dibrugarh University, and currently CTO of Zero Labs, a startup formed with the core idea of creating privacy-preserving cryptographic systems. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, first of all, for inviting, and also congratulations to all the students who have joined today. So since you are in the first year and you still have another 3 years, 4 years to go to become an engineer, a couple of things that I would like to say from my own experiences is that learning is very interesting, and there's a lot of joy in learning things. And so when you learn about the different subjects that you will find there in your bachelor's course, in the engineering course, so learn with an open mind. Some of the subjects will interest you, some of the subjects will bore you, and some of the subjects will really excite you. So the engineering comes with multiple different subjects, in the sense, in a particular engineering stream, you will have multiple different subjects. And each of these subjects are really interesting in their own aspect. When I started my engineering, and then when I started doing a lot of work in the industry, I never thought that I will primarily work in the areas of cryptography, which is one of the branches of mathematics and computer science. So, but one of the lessons that I have learned early is that to keep an open mind and to hear and to listen to different people that have achieved and have contributed significantly to the growth of computer science and different areas over there. So what I learned is that once you have such an open mind, you get to hear a lot of ideas. And those set of ideas, even though may not be in your the primary ideas or the primary areas of interest, but over a period of time, they develop and then you can excel in all those ideas. I agree with the Chancellor sir and also with the Vice Chancellor sir that although doing a job is good and it's important, but then if you can become an entrepreneur, nothing like that. Because entrepreneurs brings in you who you are, what are the challenges that you face, and how do you cope with those challenges, and how you can really create an ecosystem around you to create a more sustainable civilization. Today, at this point in time, the world is getting very interesting, especially for the science and the engineering students. And there are a lot of new avenues and a lot of new ideas that are coming in each day. So as Professor Vice Chancellor said, that today you are in 2021, and by the time you graduate in 2025, there will be a lot of changes that you will see in the world. A lot of new interesting ideas that are not there today might be the most relevant and mainstream idea in 2025. So therefore, keep an open mind, study hard, but enjoy a lot, because this is a prime time for all of you in terms of your age, in terms of your coming out of class 12, and then joining a very good university like JAIN University, and that too in a city like Bangalore. Roam around, see the city, learn from people, and have a really good time, and keep an open mind. So I think that's the only thing that I wanted to say to all of you. Keep an open mind, hear what other people have to say, explore, and do not hesitate, and be courageous. End of the day, you will find that either you will end up job in a good company, or you will have your own company yourself. So if anything else you want to know from me, I'll be happy to tell you. Else, Chana, I think that's what I wanted to tell.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rishikesh. Thank you so much. It was great advice from you. Archana, madam.
Hello. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Best achievers are those who have always stayed focused on their goals and have been consistent in their efforts. One who has achieved the success is Mr. Aditya Pal.
Graduated from Symbiosis Institute of.
In his career, he served as a consultant for Edge Executive Search Private Limited, Team Lead Watson Watt Worldwide, Senior Manager in Tuscan Communication, Accenture, and currently as the Director Head Talent Acquisition at Informatica. Sir, over to you.
Thanks, Archana. One, it's great connecting up with the students, and I will try. I know it's a long day session, multiple sessions for all of you. I'll try and make it a little short and relevant to all of you. As we move forward in the industry, it's very important that a couple of things which you catch. One is the trends, right? If you look at the trends, I think something which you need to accept for a fact is that the trends are moving at a very fast pace. You have the work technology moving at a very perennially fast pace. So acceptance to movement of technology needs to be there. The workforce shift, right? There are multi-generational workforce today as we speak today, and it's important that we understand how organizations have to deal with multiple generation workforce. You are Gen Z, and your seniors who are Gen Zs who are just walked in. So how difficult it's more from an organization to manage this kind of workforce. So then there is a huge intake of online courses for all of you. So it becomes easier for you to understand how online works, but then use it to the advantage of learning. So learning, adaptability plays an important part. Organizations are becoming little more less about themselves and more about cooperative. So it's moving from a me economy to a we economy, and that's the direction if you see. And a lot of the organizations are moving, working with the state. Companies are becoming more transparent, more acceptable, and showcasing the kind of work they are moving. With world becoming more global, I think that the organized teams are becoming more cross-cultural. You have people working from different societies and different countries together in teams. And Agile is one of the best way of working. Companies are realizing it from a future standpoint. These are just some trends. Some of the skills I believe, which I'll just quickly touch upon, is very relevant to all of you, is and look at these skills on your performance of doing your own work, and also on performance of doing your interviews in future, right? One is complex problem solving. Your ability to solve complex problems will play an important part irrespective of the kind of work which you do. Critical thinking, your ability to think critically, able to solution things far more better than where you are today. Creativity, that's a differentiation between us and the machines. You should be in a position to think creatively, solution it, because the automation part is taken care by machines. People management, as we move further up, you will work in teams which will be remote, which will be in some other city. You will also work with machines. So it's very important that you understand all of that. Emotional intelligence, judgment thinking will play an important part as you move forward. Service orientation, as everybody terms it as KYC, know your customer, is become to a level of where you need to know, anticipating your client before they even come up with issues. So anticipating much in advance. Cognitive flexibility, your ability to do multiple things at the same time, work in an environment which is far more matrix and far more more unique. That's the direction which people are looking at. T-shaped learner is the ability to be an SME in one particular area, but understanding your peripheral skills is very, very important. I think that's one thing which all of you should understand. And the last part, which I just quickly want to maybe touch upon, is look at what has evolved around us. The world had seen three changes. One was invention of electricity, which led to your industrial revolution. Second one was the invention of internet, which led to the digital revolution. And today, the global pandemic has pushed us to a hybrid workspace, right? So accept these changes, move forward. I think your career is taken care when you joined the JAIN University. So just want to wish you all the best. Thank you, Archana. Back to you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Thanks a lot for sharing the time with us. A leading light who acumen, determination, hard work, patience, and perseverance enables JAIN University to chart a roadmap to leap into the distant horizon. Our guide, Mr. Ravindra Bhandari, Vice President, JGI Group, former AGM of Canara Bank. So please address the gathering, sir.
Thank you. Most respected Chancellor, very vibrant and dynamic Chancellor, and our highly learned Vice Chancellor, who has got a vast experience. Thanks to Hariprasad ji and his team for having invited two very eminent chief guests for the day today, who is going to be the role model for our students, and the director and the faculty members who are very friendly to the students. Good morning to all of you. I'm extremely happy to be the part of today's inauguration of induction program. It is a very auspicious day and a very important day for all the three of our stakeholders. It is auspicious for the engineering college for the reason that today almost 1,000 students are joining our college. It is auspicious for the students for the reason that they wanted to pursue engineering and they wanted to pursue engineering in JAIN, and they are successful in their first attempt. It is an auspicious for the parents. Their dream is that their wards should pursue engineering and pursue engineering in a highly reputed engineering college. I feel that their decision of admitting their wards to JAIN University is perfectly all right. Perfectly right decision. Here I'll quote on small incidents which I have come across during the admission time. I got one call from one of the general managers of Canara Bank, who is in a very strategic position, who is stationed in Pune, who is from Ranchi, and he calls me and asks me, sir, can I get an admission to my second son in JAIN University? Because of his position, he knows, I think, almost all educational institutions, particularly engineering colleges. And he asked me and asking for a admission in our college. I asked him, why that, see, you are in Pune and there are so many good engineering colleges are there. Why is that you are opting for JAIN University? I asked him. He simply said, sir, my first son is studying in your college in computer science. He is very happy, and because his experience is very good, I want to put my second son also in JAIN University. See, that is the reputation what we are enjoying in the pan-India level. So that is why I told the parents that, yes, you have taken a right decision to put your ward to our university. Yes, it is our responsibility to take care of the students who are coming for education in our university. And you have heard both the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor. Chancellor he said in the opening, this one only, he told that I will speak for, or I will not speak more, I will speak for some time. But you must have heard him in just half an hour, how depth was his speech. He is not only an individual, he is a knowledge bank for the JAIN University. And not only that, he is not an individual, he is an institution for us. So we need not refer anything, any knowledge, either personal life or professional life or in academics. We need not refer any book, we can refer to him. Such a wonderful, charismatic chancellor we have. And definitely we are going to give the best out of the best for the students who are joining. So my request to the parents is that, you know that, yes, you are admitting your wards to us. It is our responsibility to impart the best education to the students. Yes, I have almost 4,000 students in the campus. So definitely, we will try to give personal attention to all the students. But because of the numbers, my request to the parents is that, yes, you have one or two child who are going for the education. Please monitor their performance also. Because why I am sharing this is that in one incident it has come, the mother of the one student, she was telling, she was coming, the student was studying in third year. She was telling that I was not knowing that he was not doing good in the performance in the education. Had I known it, I would have corrected him. So my request is that, yes, we have a responsibility to impart a good education. We will create that platform, but you monitor. We will give all the performance of the awards on almost on the semester wise or semester basis. So please monitor them, and so that both of us can work together to ensure that the students come out successfully. Then, friends, yes, We are there to support. We are there. Our faculties, our director, they are all very friendly. As chairman of chancellor was telling that you have to spend more time because today is a technological world. There is a great demand for or great future for engineers. And how depth you are in your studies and how depth in your domain, that is most important. It is not that just by hearting and completing the course. I will quote one small example of my own. See, my son was appearing for an interview in Accenture. So after the interview, I asked him, how was the interview? Then he said, Dad, I'm selected. Not only I am selected, they have offered me joining bonus for joining the institution. I asked him, how is that? Yeah, I have heard with my experience, I have heard that only after working, the companies will give for the bonus. But how is that you will, before joining, how will you get the joining bonus? He said, my depth in my domain is so much. The interviewer they were very much pleased and they said, yes, we are offering you joining bonus and join as early as possible to our in the company. See, this is what is required. I will tell you, my dear friends. Yes, we will create all the atmosphere to learn, but it is for you to make use of this 4 years. Very interesting, I'll tell you, my dear friends. As the chancellor was rightly, as he was telling, this 4 years is very crucial. You have to decide whether you have to enjoy these 4 years or you have to sacrifice and do your best in studies so that you can enjoy in your entire life, in your entire career. So my request to all the students is that please put your best efforts in studies and what all the infrastructure is required for the studies, whether it is a library, whether it is good faculties, whether it is anything, we are there to support you. Only thing is you have to put your all efforts in your studies and you have to come successfully. So my best wishes to every one of you and my special thanks to both the students as well as the parents for having opted JAIN University for their future career and the studies. So thank you very much. All the best. God bless you. God bless you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with us. Today, we have the person who makes a new track for innovation and intellectuality, none other than Dr. Sujay Nair. From Canada to India, from engineering to media, Dr. Nair's varied and interesting upbringing and education have served as a prelude to his career profile. Dr. Nair is currently the Dean for School of Computer Science and Informational Technology. He was the president at iNurture Education, and the highlight of his career has been his contribution to the cyber warfare group of Indian Armed Forces. Dr. Nair has worked with Bell Canada and ProTech Solutions in Canada and Middle East. In a career spanning over 28 years, Dr. Nair has worked extensively in the field of IT across the Middle East, US, and Europe. He has held executive positions in the field he loves and excels in: technology, education, and media. His interest in the journalism helped in a career shift from technology to media and has been a key in introducing the first ever media property for the CIO community in India. Dr. Nair is a computer science graduate from Bangalore University, MBA from Portsmouth University, UK, and his PhD research is in the area of artificial intelligence and robotics. He also holds certifications from various academic institutions. Please ignite the minds, sir.
Thank you so much, Archana. Thank you so much. It's first of all, it's a pleasure for me to be here. A very good morning to all of you. It's so difficult to go after so many eminent speakers. You're left speechless because you don't know what to say after. So many people have shared such valuable insights, which are going to be the guiding stones and guiding, factors for your success over the next 4 years. I'd like to thank wish Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Chenraj Roychand, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Raj Singh, Vice President, Sir, Dr. Bandari, Sir, Guest of Honor, Dr. Rishikesh and Adityapal Singh, all HODs, faculty members, and a very special thanks to Dr. Benika Prasad and the entire team in making this happen. And I know for the last 2 days, the way he and his team has been putting this together, I've seen that in action. So thank you so much for that. My dear students, parents who are watching this, it's an honor for me to be here to address first year of engineering, which I've been doing so for the last so many years. Thank you so much for that. I have 7 small points, and I don't want to waste too much of your time. I think a lot has been said, a lot for you to assimilate, a lot for you to follow. So I'll keep it very, very short, and I'll give you 7 key points that I think is necessary for your success. One is be inspired and find inspiration in what you're doing. Gone are the days that you have in your school environment. I think you've moved towards engineering. You've moved one step towards your professional career, professional goals. You need to find your inspiration. It's a combination of what you seek, your attitude and approach that will create the value that our university wants to instill in you. And that's very, very important. Be inspired, find your inspiration over the next 4 years. Second is to collaborate and network with your peers, faculty, industry, people around you, your ecosystem, your people you don't even know. It's the most important factor of success in life is how you collaborate and work with others, how you network with people around you. They say that you are an average of 5 people that you surround yourself with. So surround yourself with the best, surround yourself with the people that you yourself aspire to be. Third is you need to have skills. It's very, very important. Knowledge is great. What we instill as a university is to construct your knowledge, build your skills, and have an aptitude for, being an engineer, being one of the best engineers possible. Have a skills portfolio. That's the third thing. Write it down, sharpen those skills continuously. Over the next 4 years, it's what skills you hone is going to define the next 30 years of your life. So prepare yourself for the skill portfolio that you're going to build for yourself. Fourth thing is to team up, work in teams. There is nothing that you can do individually. Very, very small things are achieved individually. But when you work in teams, there's nothing you cannot achieve. You can solve bigger problems, solve bigger and bigger problems each semester, accept challenges, and have fun while solving these problems. It's extremely critical that you do that. Don't worry if you fail. All innovators have failed multiple times and then been successful. Before succeeding, they failed multiple times. Take pride in the success, in the small problems, in the small challenges that you solve on a daily basis. The fifth point, ask questions. The most answers to the most problems and most challenging issues that you find around you are around you. It is in every breath of the study, in every breath of your life. Every corner of the university, you will find the answers, but you need to ask the right questions and the answers shall be revealed. So it's very, very important for you to ask the questions, ask relevant questions, ask again and again. Use your freedom effectively. Remember you have 4 years, and 4 years is not enough if you want to be an innovator, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be an inspirer, right? Let me tell you a small thing here. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. One are called fruit gatherers, and that's 99% of people around you. 99% of people in the globe are fruit gatherers, but there's 1% people who are tree shakers. So remember the concept of fruit gatherers and tree shakers. What do you want to be? Do you want to gather the fruit, or do you want to be the innovator, the tree shaker? You have to answer that over the next 4 years. Last, plan and do not stress out. Always have a plan, stick to your plan, refine your plan, follow through the plan. Don't worry about the outcome. If your plan is right, you will achieve the outcome. If your plan is right and you have gone through the plan, you will always achieve the outcome. If you haven't achieved the outcome, that means you have not planned well. You will always plan the next one even better. So have a plan, stick to your plan, write down your plan, refine your plan, follow through the plan. Don't worry about the outcomes. Don't stress for something that you are not in control of. Remember, guys and girls, a 0.6 micron virus was enough over the last 2 years to bring the entire world down. We had no control over it, right? So let's not control the outcomes. Outcomes you you will achieve. You know, in the movie Three Idiots, it's very clearly said, don't worry about what is the outcome. Believe in excellence, do what is necessary, and plan well. Don't stress, failures are only stepping stones to success. Friends, I want to welcome you to the university for the most invigorating time, the next 4 years of your life. Thank you so much and God bless. Archana, over to you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you for sharing the mantra for success. Discipline is not only imparting the rules and regulations to the system, it's about taking responsibility for a living you have brought into your world. To overview the journey of our esteemed institute, I request a man of humbleness and modesty, eminence and lumina, Dr. S.A. Hari Prasad, Director, Faculty of Engineering and Technology. He held key posts like Director for Cognitive Sciences, RVCE, Vice Principal at BMSIT, Pro Vice Chancellor of DSU, Academic Mentor for DSCE and DSATM. Working with departments of Electronics and Communication Engineering, JAIN deemed to be University Bank. He has served as visiting professor for various reputed colleges in Bangalore. He executed funded projects turning to 1 crore rupees for various government funding agencies, guided 36 PG projects and 40 UG projects. He has delivered expert talks in conferences and workshops in the area of embedded systems and microwave engineering domains. Worked as a main coordinator as well as mentor for input or output and outcome-based education accreditation models. Won awards for Best Teacher for publishing international conference paper and text. He has established many industrial institution collaborations with Texas, Edgate, SPIASA, DRDO, and many more. He has published 117 research publications in both international and national journals and presented papers in national and international conferences, of which 36 are to Scopus Index. He has written textbooks on advanced microprocessor and reviewed 3 microwave engineering textbooks. Sir, please inspire the young minds, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to one and all, respected dignitaries, colleagues, parents, and my dear students. So most of the information is already been covered by our Honorable Chancellor, sir, Vice Chancellor, sir, Sujay, and our Vice President, sir. Only I would like to summarize few things. The very first thing, as they all pointing. So there are, once after you have completed your PU, there are some differentiators when you enter into degree course, what you need to do. You may, the point number 1, as Sujay and others were pointing out, you may have to look beyond the curriculum. So usually you people will be defined framework will be there. You will be looking into the framework and you will be concentrating on the subjects, whatever being defined there. But right now you need to look beyond curriculum, mean to say you may have to do some additional certification courses. You'll have to do good quality internships and quality projects. These are very, very important, and industry visits, and then the if required, you may have to also do some of the learn the entrepreneurial skills. Mean to say that finance and management skills is very, very important, so that you may have to concentrate on that also. So the second point I would like to say, along with marks, skills is very, very, very important. So far you will be concentrating, it's a number game, 80%, 90%, 95% topper. That may not work. Along with marks, proportionately, you must have the capabilities to apply. See, if you are 80%, 90%, if you say, then immediately we will expect you that you are very good engineer, you can solve many real-time societal problems. So that being the reason, you may have to, along with marks, you may have to learn a lot of skills required. And that skills comes when you look beyond curriculum. So that is what I am trying to say. Then added to that, I already told you, you should have a finance and management skills, very, very important to you. Then the next thing that I would like to say, to do all this, it's not that easy. As our Honorable Chancellor sir was pointing out, 4 years calendar, 4 calendar years. That means to say the time is too less. Then how do we do all this, my dear friends? you need to manage time. So you require a mentor. That is very, very, very important. What I have seen in engineering course, why students, those who score good marks in PU, later they fail here is because of this time management and the diversion. And as our vice president sir was pointing out, parents, the students also think that they have grown up. Parents also think they are grown up. Okay, chalo, choda, they will do themselves. But that may not work, because we both, teachers and parents, have to come together to groom the students, to groom them. So to make them over this 4-year period from raw to a very professional engineers. This high responsibility is there on both parents and my teachers. And I'm sure my teachers, as our honorable chancellor sir was telling, they're all jewels. They know their responsibilities. They are capable, and you are in safe hands. You are in safe hands. We will definitely transform you from a raw to a professional engineers. So the time management is very important. And as our chief guest was pointing out, both pointed out the same thing. You need to have an open mind to learn. That's very, very, very important. And self-learning capability. Open mind with self-learning capability makes all the difference. So what the next point I would like to say is, I've seen students, because I'm in this field from past 26 years, and I'm observing engineering students, and almost every 5 years, there is a change in the attitude. But right now, what I'm I'm seeing is from past 8 to 10 years, they don't take responsibilities. That is very, very important. And things they do, try to do it only in the superficial layer. That may not help. So please take risk and responsibility. Take responsibility, take risk. That makes all the difference. That makes all the difference. So you know more your kids, you are already entering into graduation. So this 4 years is very vital. Take risks, take responsibilities, think differently, take challenges. These are very, very important. So as I can tell you one more thing. So what you need to do is always think positively. And thanks, parents, you for trusting us. And definitely we are with you. I assure you as a director today. And we are with you. You can trust us. Let students, your words, do the hard work. Leave the rest to us. Leave the rest to us. So with this, I wish you all the best. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for guiding us into the righteous path. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. To propose vote of thanks, I request Dr. Kokila Ramesh, Basic Sciences. Ma'am? Kokila, ma'am?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Over to you.
Yeah. A warm good morning to one and all present here. It would be injustice if we don't thank all the people responsible for this inaugural session. So I'll not take much of your time. Maybe I'll wind it up in 10 minutes. Thank you so much. It is great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. First and foremost, let me take an opportunity to thank the Almighty for making today's occasion a resounding success. I thank our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Chandraj Roychand, for his constant support and guiding all of us towards the right direction by dividing the whole day into 3 parts and making use 1/3 of it for the productivity. Special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Hrishikesh Diwan, co-founder and CEO, Zero Labs, Bangalore, and Mr. Aditya Pal Singh, Director, Head, Talent Acquisition, Informatica, Bangalore, despite their busy schedule, managed to grace this occasion and motivate our students. We are grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Raj Singh, for sharing his experiences with our students and guiding them for their future path. My sincere thanks to our Registrar, Dr. N.H. Krishnan, for giving us his valuable inputs for this inaugural session. It gives me immense pleasure in thanking our esteemed Vice President, Shri Ravindra Bhandari ji, for his support and guidance. My sincere thanks to Dr. Sridhar Murthy, sir, Director, Academics and Planning, for gracing this occasion. I also wish to express my gratitude to Dr. Ishwaran Iyer, Pro Vice Chancellor, JAIN deemed to be University, for providing constant support and encouragement. Utmost thanks to Dr. Hari Prasad, Director, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, and Dr. Sujay Nair, Dean, School of Computer Science and Engineering, for their exemplary patience, support, and guidance. I must mention my deep sense of appreciation to Mr. Pashwanath, Director, Infrastructure and Planning, for his valuable inputs and guidance. My sincere thanks to the deans and HODs of various departments and the faculty members for their untiring efforts and encouragements, which was vital for the success of this event. On behalf of the organizing team, I remain grateful to Mr. Prince Kumar Singh, Mr. Roshan Sharma, and their team for being available throughout and providing their valuable inputs. A big thanks also goes to Mr. Shain Gopal and facilities team for their continued support and assistance. This event would not have been successful without the active participation of the students and their parents. I extend my gratitude to all the parents and students for giving us a patient listening. Last but not the least, I also thank the Master of Ceremony, Ms. Professor Archana, for hosting the session. Thank you once again. My dear students, listening alone is not important. Implementation is important. Let us implement together. All the best for your new journey. Thank you all. Over to you, Archana ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear students, a few announcements are there. This is regarding your induction activity. I think you people have received the mail. Regarding the batch distribution, that is batch 1 and batch 2, you will receive the mail by end of the day. And the links for Know Your Program and another activity where links are not mentioned in the schedule, that also will be shared by end of the day. And till 18th, this will be online induction. I repeat, till 18th of October, the induction will be through online. So please check your mails and be in contact with your mentors to get the details about your schedule, links, and the activities. Thank you all. Let us have the question and let us have this question and answer session with your mentor. Let us not continue in this common platform. Yeah? Yeah. Thank you all. The coordinators can wind up the meeting.
The examinations may follow here. Today in the meeting, we need to speak about this.
Came up with a proposal
because all the tactics of this.
It will be too early.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for